What makes you think that I'm an answer if you ain't mine? Even if you call me up 100 times.
Where is Discord? So remember last week I had a segment where we talked about Fighting Cowboy. And we talked about let's see. Okay. We talked about where's my DMs? We talked about how the Fighting Cowboy had I'm doxing somebody. Anyway. Okay, so we had a conversation about how Fighting Cowboy was basically saying, like, anytime he sees somebody complain about DEI, that he thinks it's racist dog whistling. And so I kind of addressed that because I said that, you know, he's one of my favorite, no, he is my favorite gaming content creator. And I was kind of like, man, don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that. Let's kind of have a conversation. And he gave me a permission to show these DMs, by the way. So I'm not like doxing him or anything like that. How do I window? Okay, I guess I just got to make it full stream. And then I'm going to hide the chat for a minute because I know you guys can see it. Okay. So we had a conversation. It wasn't on stream or anything like that. And I think this was a nothing burger. So first of all, let me go ahead and acknowledge my bias. Like I said, he is my favorite gaming content creator, and I have no desire to create any beef or have any tension with the guy. Additionally, I saw a lot of people commenting saying that, oh, you know, Fighting Cowboy's been woke, or he started to do this in his chat and this. Listen, I don't watch his live streams, okay? I don't. When I discovered Fighting Cowboy, what I saw was a guy who was making videos. The thing I like about his channel is that it's all games, no bullshit. Okay? You go to his channel, you looking for answers. From start to finish, it's just the game. There's no ads. There's no follow me here, subscribe here. There's no intro. There's none of that shit. From the time you click on his video, it's straight to the fucking game. And that's why I like his content. It's not that I love him. I don't know the guy. And when I say I don't care to know him, it's not because I don't like the person that he is or I have a problem with getting to know him. It's that I kind of look at him like an actor. If you're my favorite actor, I really don't care to know you. I just love your movies. It's the same thing with Fighting Cowboy. It's not that I don't care to know the guy. It's that I really just love your content, and it's going to interfere with my ability to absorb your content or to watch your content if you out here calling me racist because I'm against DEI. So we had a conversation. And so I'm going to try to highlight a lot of this as much as I can. I don't want to make it a really long video, but this is just me saying that I think this was a nothing burger. I think this was more of a misunderstanding, and it being a combination of a nothing burger, a misunderstanding, and Twitter. Okay? All right? So, he said, the first thing he said was, the first thing I said was I told him that he was right about Sarah Bond. So the part that he took issue with, and the reason why he made that comment that he made on Twitter, was that people were calling Sarah Bond a DEI hire. Now, here's the thing. I've made a joke about Sarah Bond being a DEI hire, but I don't know that for a fact. Obviously, and that's the thing about DEI that I don't like. When you're actually qualified for your job and you actually have credentials and you're actually good at your job, it's hard to tell who's a DEI hire and who's not. Now, Sarah Bond has been there for quite some time. Now she's the president of Xbox. We don't know whether she's a DEI hire. We don't know whether she got her position because she's actually qualified to do the job or because, diversity, equity, and inclusion. I got to say, that interview did not look good, though. So I told him he was right about that. Can't really say she's a DEI hire. And also, nothing can be said in defense of any racist comments in your stream. So that's that. So basically, like anybody going into his stream making racist comments, he showed me some screenshots. I think he did. He showed me some screenshots. We'll get into those. So he said so here's why I say this is a nothing burger. Guy didn't even really know what DEI hire was. He said, my thing with hearing about DEI online boils down to 3 specific instances. First was with Baltimore Bridge accident, where I clicked trending to find out what's going on, and I see this dude. And this guy said, this is Baltimore's DEI mayor commenting on collapsed Francis Scott Key Bridge. It's going to get so much worse. Prepare accordingly. So obviously the saying there is, how can you call them a DEI hire if they was publicly elected? So, which at the time, he says, which at the time I didn't know what it meant. So I started looking into it and realized they're calling the mayor a diversity hire, which makes 0 sense since he's an elected official. And a brief look into the history shows he's been involved in politics since he was a graduate in college. So there you go. Okay. I told him, I said, I'm more concerned about the idea behind why people arguing against DEI are instantly labeled as this and that. Yes, I am a black person. Yes, I want to see us thriving and doing better, but not at the expense of common sense and the deterioration of society. Okay. Then he says, second time was when he was playing that Zao game on stream. Now, from what I understand, the creative director was first gen out of Kenya, born in England. He has a long career in acting, did acting school. He was a BAFTA, etc. He makes a game though with a black lead, black culture focus, and I got motherfuckers in here in my stream saying sweet baby trash, DEI trash. So on his end, I understand that. Again, this is coming from a guy who doesn't know or didn't care to know about what DEI was before any of this stuff started. So if you're a normie and you're not embedded into the culture war, if I'm taking him at his word, and you're playing this game and then people come in and start spamming you, DEI trash, sweet baby trash, I can understand how that would make you feel some type of way. That's assuming if you believe, and I'm not saying that I don't believe. I believe him, but I know somebody's gonna come in here and say it. Oh, but he knew about the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff. Maybe he didn't. We are talking about a married man with a family. So I don't know. You take from that what you will. And he said the third was the Sarah Bond tweet, which led to people like this, where they're saying diversity hires at their best. How did she get this job? And then a person says, because she's black. Sorry about that. I still can't figure it out. I don't know if I need to go and see. I don't know if I need to go and see a therapist or what. I don't have health. It's not a health issue thing, because for those of you who sorry about that. For those of you who've never seen my streams before, for some reason, when I'm on stream, after I go for more than an hour, my nose gets stuffy. I can't figure it out. So, it's some type of mental thing. So anyway, let's continue going. And so now at this point, guys, I really stopped trying to go back and forth with him, because in my mind at this time, okay, this is starting to make sense. Because I'm approaching this like I talked to myself about how to approach this conversation, how to rebut some of the things that he's going to throw out there. But as we're having this conversation, I started to realize that, okay, this is not a person who's on one or more side of this culture war. This is literally a guy who was playing video games and came across some shit that he probably didn't understand as much as the rest of us, and then made a comment. And so he says, and these are just quick examples you can find with Google, but in every instance I've had DEI come up, these are the type of people I'm encouraging on the front lines. Now, I'm not saying affirmative action isn't a thing. So he's aware that affirmative action is a thing. He knows about it, right? I'm a believer in meritocracy myself, okay? But anytime I see DEI brought up in online space, it's never about the harm it could cause to minority communities or a discussion of equity versus equality. It's always shit like what I just showed you. And I think it's important to point out this is all online. I mentioned it in a different comment on your video, but I live in the South. He lives in Texas. I'm in Georgia, he's in Texas. So we both We both in conservative states. What the fuck is on my damn face? Okay, we both in conservative states, right? What the fuck? What the fuck is on my face? Oh, tissue. Okay. Conservative states, right? So he's aware. And I think it's important to point no, I've already read that part. But they also don't spend, so he said, wait, what did I miss? Okay, he says, I live in the South. My neighbors are lifelong Republicans, and a lot of them I get along with perfectly fine, despite having more liberal beliefs, and we even openly discuss politics occasionally. But they also don't spend their waking hours running around on the internet shouting about DEI and trying to sneak diss communities are every chance they get. And that's where my perception boils down from. These people that are chronically online and all they want to talk about is DEI, trans issues. They don't want to have a constructive conversation. Majority of them are in to troll and for the grift or for however this gets their jollies off. But normal people, regardless of being right or left, don't act like this. I told y'all this earlier. I don't believe that most of us are as crazy. Shout out to Jessica who's in the chat. Shouts out to Jessica Reloaded. It's been a minute since I seen her. Just on YouTube in general. You know what I'm saying? She's a busy woman. So yeah, I told you I don't think that most of us are as crazy as we try to portray ourselves to be on Twitter. And I believe that. And so, like I said, at this point, I was no longer interested in making this a debate. For me, this was more like a coming to understanding. This is a person who is not really involved in the pop culture war. This is just, at least from my point of view, a family man who just trying to play video games. And as he dabbles online, he gets these comments and he doesn't really. And then let's be honest, guys, like, you know, we troll a lot. Let's keep it a bean. We troll a lot. And so if you're stuck in the middle of that, you can come out thinking one way or another. But this is why I like to have in-person conversations as opposed to online. So a lot of this was kind of like, personal stuff. He also said, he says, I don't know what your day job is, but I mean, how frequently in life have you encountered someone ranting about DEI or trans issues? I can count on one hand the number of times it's happened, but you go on Twitter and you think it's happening on a nonstop basis. While, yes, I don't run into very many people in real life discussing DEI, I live in a black community. So, I mean, like, I don't think that they would be talking about DEI that much. But you guys get the point. I'm trying to make sure there's no other major points. I told him how I became red pilled, and that's how we kind of ended the conversation. So I'm gonna go ahead and close that. And I just wanted to come out and, like, I wanted to make this video because, one, I told him that I would, but two, because it was, hope I ain't doxing. But two, because it's like, he's not really calling nobody racist as much as he's just not involved in the pop culture war. And that was what I guess he thought was the logical response to seeing people call Sarah Bond a DEI hire. And I'm not saying that you guys don't think that she's a DEI hire. I really don't know. And if we're being truthfully honest about it, you really don't know. And that's the problem with DEI, is that we don't know who's diversity hires and we don't know who's actually qualified to do their goddamn job. So shouts out to him. I appreciate him for having, like, you get the respect just off rip for even having a conversation. It wasn't public, but it's still the conversation. A lot of these morons, like Alyssa Mercante Jr. from earlier, don't even want to have a fucking conversation. And thus we had to dig in that ass. Pause. Okay. I'm going to play a video really quick because my dog is really pissing me off. He's begging me to fucking go outside. So who can I play? What y'all want to watch? Let's see. Ooh, I think I had something. Let's see. Shout out to Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter says he got to check out. I appreciate you for stopping by, bro. Let me see. Oh, here we go. You just want to say, we got to talk about this.
Oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you,